All right, bam, we're live on YouTube. And now we're live on TikTok, it looks like. We're getting set up, guys. Give me 1 second. We're almost there. All right. Now it looks like we're live. Okay. Let me share my screen with you guys here. We're a little late here on this holiday. Stop losing sales. All right. Screen. There we go. Now, a little lag tonight. So this is an important one we're going to go into tonight. And after many years, I can only share what I've learned. I have had numerous meetings with homeowners in various states: Maryland, DC, Virginia, primarily those three, some in Pennsylvania, four, a couple in Delaware, a couple in New Jersey. So a good 5 states I can speak for experience of what it's like meeting with homeowners. And when you start meeting with hundreds and then getting into thousands of appointments, you start noticing commonalities and you start seeing repetitive patterns, and you start learning personalities, and you start learning that people, as much as we're all unique, we also have similarities, and you can start seeing predictable behavior in people. And this is what can really start making a difference in your sales. So I'll just get into, I'm only sharing what's worked for me. You do what works for you. And if you've ever found yourself not sure why some clients hire you and some don't, this is going to let you know. In sales, there's this big thing about what's your closing percentage. And everyone likes to brag about whether it's too high, too low, and everyone gives you advice. You should close more, you should close less. When your sales percentage is too high, you should raise your price. And everybody's missing the entire point. You need to learn how well do you close with each different personality style of homeowner, because that's a real thing. And you can study things like the format learning system. These are been proved across the country. You have teachers, higher education professors. They have learned that there are different ways that you want to share information so that different people will pick up on it. Okay. And it's a real process that you want to follow. I've uncovered about 12 different personalities and what I would call archetypes that homeowners have. And when you can ascertain what the homeowner is and how they make buying decisions, how they buy big purchase, big ticket, you can then tailor your presentation and your product right to them. And then it becomes what they call a lot of times a layover sale. Homeowners just start asking you how to sign up because you can communicate to them. So here's the thing. Most contractors sell what they see: the budget, the square footage, the zip code. But what if I told you that there's a whole other layer, and that's what drives decisions? See, look, a lot of guys, you're out there playing checkers. What I'm going to present to you is how I learned to play chess in my marketplace. And hear me when I say this. When I first got into the business, I looked at another company that I wanted to compete against. They had been in business for 50 years. They did 30-some million a year. Within 2.5 years, they went out of business. I was able to pick up some of their workers. I was able to pick up all of their clients. And we had a second company in my area that I also looked up to. And they were huge as well, multi-million dollars a year. They went out of business. And I was able to pick up several of their key employees, designers, lead carpenters, project managers, because these guys missed certain things, right? And if you start picking up what works in your marketplace, you can then become the leader, the king of the hill. All right. So here's how we do it. You want to understand emotional archetypes that people have. These are unconscious patterns that dictate what your prospect fears, values, and needs to feel safe before they ever say yes. When you sell to the surface, you sound like everyone else. That's why you're getting price checked. That's why you're being asked to discount. When you speak to their emotions, their archetype, you become the remodeler who gets them. All of a sudden, the husband and wife look to each other and go, we like this guy. We want to hire them. We're going to do whatever it takes. Man, we hope we can afford them. We hope they'll get us in the schedule this year. And that's when you know you've connected. Whole new ball game. Price goes out the window. Process becomes important. So a lot of people want to know what's an archetype. Yeah, it's a big word. It's got 3 syllables. We try to stay away from those. They aren't new. This is old. This is ancient. These are patterns that have shown for years. People have studied this stuff. It's like a client DNA, right? It's how you determine how a homeowner thinks, how they buy, and how they trust, and also what causes them to freak out. So there are 12 remodeling archetypes that I can help you understand and appreciate. They aren't, and these are things that you learn over time. It's based off of people's buying behavior and patterns and how they live their life. So you have people out there that are driven by safety and security. Things have to be structured, trustworthy. You have to show risk. There's other people out there that need to see creativity and uniqueness, right? And you as a remodeler now need to encourage bold choices, show real wow projects, right? Each person, there are the other homeowners that really like logic. They want to see precision. So here you speak very exact. You speak in specs, timelines, and you go discuss code. There's other people that prefer peace and want a harmonious relationship. Here you talk about how you reduce conflict, how you offer calm leadership. You see the theorem here? You start talking about your company and process in the way that represents what the client, the purchaser, wants to hear. Now, some homeowners are the status achievers, the success. You'll see them. They have to have the nicest thing in every neighborhood. Here, you highlight quality, craftsmanship, prestige. Hey, Mr. and Ms. Smith, you'll be the first one in your neighborhood to have this. Everybody's going to envy you when they come over for the barbecue at the end of the summer, right? That's what they want, and that's what you offer. Now, other people out there, it's all about culture, how do you say the word? They're like a nurturer type. It's their family. They want to provide comfort. So here, the way you describe your remodeling is how you do livability, safety for kids, parents, the neighborhood kids, right? You emphasize a different process. Now, some people out there are the controlling type, right? They want certainty and they want order and they want structure. So this is the person that you show a detailed process. You show them your Gantt chart, timelines. You show them how you are always timely and how you control the job. You're in charge. People listen to you and they do what you say. Some homeowners that you meet with are very informational. They need a lot of details. They like to analyze. They're the ones that are going to ask you for all this stuff. And it's not about giving them exactly what they ask for. It's about giving them the information in the way that they process, right? So a lot of times this is the person that wants that detailed line item estimate. What you're going to give them is a well-written scope. You're going to do a design process and show them good drawings. You're going to let them see fine print in your agreements. Again, you provide them with the whole cake. You explain to them that they don't need to know how much a cup of flour costs. We're not going to get into the nails and screws. We provide the whole process, but we give them details about how we do it, how we bake that cake, right? How we stir it, how we mix it. We provide them that information. All right. You have some people that are very minimal. They just want simplicity and they want to know that it's going to function. These people, you go over how nice and easy and maintenance-free the materials are, how clean and simple your process is. All right. I hope you're following here. There are other homeowners. They're the neighborhood influencer. They're all about beauty and impact, right? These people, you want to show all your after shots, the really transformative befores and afters, and the ones that are like over the top, have all the gingerbread, the crown molding, the tray ceilings, the coffered ceilings, the chair rail, the shadow boxing, right? When you do three-piece moldings, you show them all these intricate details because these people like all that jazz. Now, there's some people out there that are just very skeptic. They're skeptical when they're buying. They are more concerned about avoiding a mistake. So they're going to sit back and they're going to put some things on you. Like, how do we know we should go with you? Why should we pay your price? This type of client, you have to build credibility. And you do that with your past clients. You have a good referral or reference sheet. Here you go, Mr. These are our last 10 clients. Feel free to email any of them, right? You show them a couple good reviews. Maybe you have a video testimonial from a client, and you should have some sort of a guarantee. Our guarantee was always the same. We guarantee that we're going to start and finish your project, and we will stay on it from start to completion. Our guarantee is we are going to deliver what we say at the end of the job. And you're not going to have to chase us. You're not going to have to question where we are. You're not going to have to get concerned that we're not coming back. Right? Our guarantee is your peace of mind. We guarantee you that you are going to sleep better during our remodel than any other contractor you've ever hired or any that your neighborhood has ever hired. Those are the guarantees we provide. You see where you're going with this? You're providing them safety. All right. And the last one is what we call like the person that likes to have all the excitement and they like all the change. They have to have the latest and greatest. Their deck might only be 8 years old. However, there's this new thing that they have to have, and it wasn't available when they did the last one. And some of you guys sell like it's your project at your home with your pocketbook. And you'll say to them, I don't understand why you're tearing down the deck. The deck looks fine. You shut up and you do what the homeowner wants. If the homeowner wants a brand new deck and they just had one built 8 years ago, you say, you're absolutely right. That deck is old and this is the new latest and greatest. We'll rip that thing out tomorrow and get you the new one. You give people what they want, right? Don't sell from your pocketbook and your mindset. Sell from theirs. Sell that feeling of a fresh start. I've had many a homeowner. You're going to find, some of you will find this crazy. I will remodel a kitchen for a husband and wife. There will be a divorce a few years later. The wife gets the house. That kitchen, the husband made a lot of the decisions. She fucking hates that kitchen. She calls us up and says, yeah, you know that kitchen you did 5 years ago? I want it gone. Tear it out. I want the kitchen I've always wanted. If you go in there and start saying to them, man, why are you ripping out these cabinets? These cabinets are fine. You're missing the whole thing. No wonder you're not getting the jobs. Do you see what I'm saying? You listen to the homeowner and you do what they want other than giving them the price breakdown. But when they want the cabinets ripped out because their ex picked them out, you rip them out and you provide them with the new ones. This is what I mean about you understanding the homeowner's motivation. Stop selling with your motivations. Stop thinking about it if it was you. It's not your pocketbook. It's their pocketbook. Let them spend the money the way they want to. All right. So how do you use all this in your sales calls? You actually observe your clients like a detective. You're looking for clues and cues. You watch their eyes. You look at how their facial expressions. You see what their body language is. Do they lean in while you're talking to them, or do they step back? If they step back and cross their arms, that means they're pulling away from you and they're not sure. If the homeowner leans in, now you got them on board. They're excited. They can't wait for what you're saying next. You have to learn how to recognize these things. What words are they using? How are they languaging what they're saying to you? What pictures or examples do they react to? That's why your presentation process has to be a combination of you talking, of you showing, of you demonstrating. Different homeowners react differently, and you need to learn how your homeowner that you're dealing with reacts. You tailor your language, your stories, and your presentation to match what they care about. So think about this. If you sense that a client is one of those that's like very protective, avoid saying things like this design is trendy, right? Say instead, this layout keeps the kids in sight. This will provide safety at the house. This will prevent a lot of unnecessary accidents. It's simple to clean. It's simple to maintain. Okay? Speak the language that talks to them about what they're concerned about. That's how you sell to the subconscious. And that's how you start winning the jobs without pushing. You just draw the client in naturally. The next thing you know, you don't want to be sitting across the table from the customer. You want the customer and you to be sitting on the same side of the table, and you guide them. All right, so let's talk about the AI prompt. Give me 1 second. Hey, Alaska and Lola, thanks for being here. I'm just seeing your question if you're still around. All right, looks like I lost a few of you. All right, so let's roll in here to, all right, where are we now? We are at the prompt. So here's the AI prompt that you want to use. Act as a remodeling sales expert. Based on the client's conversation, identify their archetype style. And then you suggest, ask AI to help you with how do you present your estimate and proposal to align with their core values, right? And you want to put all this into the transcript. So the more that you can come to, if you're a part of our program, we provide you with the foundation, all the 12 different archetypes. And so you'll have that, and you can input that data into the AI agent that you use. And now when you meet with homeowners, as you ask questions and you observe how they are and the way they live and the way they've made buying decisions in the past, and you bring all that data back, you put that in, and then our AI machine, we can help you determine how you should proceed and go and sell them going forward. It's pretty amazing. It's a whole nother level of sales. All right, so with that being said, in going forward, I would recommend this. Go look at your last 3 projects based on your notes or memory. Listen to my video again and figure out what archetype did the last 3 clients were they, and list them out 1, 2, 3. And then say, man, did I make the emotional connection, or did I just sell the way I sell to everybody? And once you start shifting the way you sell and the way that you present and the way that you connect, you'll start noticing that your percentages go way up, because now there is no one that you can't connect with because you understand how to connect. So, and then you want to understand how you can reframe your approach. All right. That's everything I have for tonight. If any of you have any questions here on the YouTube, if you have any questions on TikTok, please ask. I can answer those now for you. Otherwise, we're going to end this one. I think we're coming up on 20 minutes. All right. But yeah, so this stuff's important. It makes a huge difference once you get it. It helps you relate to people. And the more that you relate, the more successful you become. It just becomes simple. Selling and getting remodeling clients and having good relationships with your clients becomes very easy when you get them and can relate to them. And it's the reason why some of you have amazing clients sometimes, and then it's the same reason why sometimes you don't. It's all about how well are you relating. Does your style of communicating work with their style of receiving information and how they like to communicate? And are you able to receive their style of communication? So, all right. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's a night and day difference. So if you've experienced it, you get it. It becomes less about what you say in some respects. It's more about how you say it and are you connecting to them emotionally. So, and what's interesting was as a contractor, I didn't know this initially. I immediately after getting licensed as a contractor in my state, they started licensing home inspectors. And I did both. I did home inspections. So this is another way we got a lot of jobs. It changed, the law changed in our area. We couldn't do it in the future. But initially, I could do a home inspection and go over a lot of things that were wrong with the property. And then homeowners will call us back if they bought the property and we want it fixed. Now, some states don't allow that anymore. And I can see why there could be a potential conflict. But what I noticed was I saw how homeowners, they buy based off of emotions, not logic. When they purchase a house, it's ridiculous. You'll sit there and explain to them like 17 things that are majorly wrong. But in their mind, they'll be like, I've always dreamed of owning this house. See this house? It sits on the corner of this nice street and it's got a white picket fence and it has the little garage off to the side. I've wanted that home my entire life. And meanwhile, you're like, yeah, man, but this isn't the one to buy. It's like falling apart. It needs like $30,000 in repairs and you're broke. You're putting every penny you have on the down payment. You can't afford the new roof. You can't fix the falling foundation. The electric's all jacked up. And yet they buy the house anyway because emotionally, it's what they've dreamed about for years. It makes no sense logically. It doesn't have to. You just start learning that people are going to do what they feel. So work with that. Stop trying to use logic. All right. I think that's, unless you guys have anything specific that you want to ask or address, if you have a client that you're working with that's frustrating you, you want to understand the process. All right. It's late. I get it. A lot of you guys got to get up early and get at it tomorrow. So we're going to shut this down. Thanks for being here. And hope that we were able to help you with anything that you needed. Let me end the screen share over here. Okay. Perfect. All right, folks. Take care. We'll see you next time.
I ain't gonna clean shit. They only. Man, I'm tired of people. Man, I'm tired of people calling me true.
Oh, I need to shut this down.